Today we're going to be going over Terminal World 2's brand new Fabled support. We have 4 new cards to go over, and let's get right into it and see what these cards do. And I hope that they don't support Fiendsmith. I hope that they purely support Fabled themselves. So let's get into the first card, being the brand new level 2 tuner, the Fabled Hil Myth. It is a level 2 light beast tuner effect, 1000 attack, 600 defense, and you can only use the first and second effects of cards with this card's name once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can discard 2 or more Fabled monsters, including this card, and if you do, special summon 1 Fabled Synchro monster from your extra deck, whose level equals the total levels of the discarded monsters. This is treated as a Synchro summon. If a card is sent from your hand to the graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, special summon 1 Fabled monster from your hand. Overall, this is a very powerful starter because it can get into any of your Synchro monsters, and also, if you discard something, you could banish it to summon out Fabled Dianari, I think that's how you pronounce it, so you can have a substitution effect. Overall, it's a very strong start for the new Fabled support. So after that, we're going to be taking a look at the first of 2 Synchro monsters, and honestly, I really hope that this is a bang for the buck because it is a lower level. We have Fabled Gunion. It is a light level 4 Fiend Tuner Synchro effect monster, 2000 attack, 0 defense. It takes a Fabled Tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters, and you can only use the first and third effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is Synchro summoned, you can special summon 1 Fabled monster from your deck or hand. Your opponent cannot target other Fabled Synchro monsters with card effects, except this one, while in the monster zone. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you could draw cards equal to the number of Fabled Synchro monsters you control, then discard 1. This card is literally everything that the deck wanted, being able to tutor from hand or deck, stop targeting, so it has protection against Imperm and Veiler, and on top of that, you get to draw cards up to the number of Synchros you control, and discard a card, so you can literally start combos off really, really quickly. And realistically, this is a very good Synchro monster for Fabled, and they definitely deserve this. So next up, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new level 10 Leviathan upgrade, being Fabled Leviathan. It is a light fiend synchro effect, 30-50 attack, 1950 defense. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. It's a sign of the Steel Swarms. 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuners. You can only use the following effect 2 from this card's name once per turn. Once per turn, during your main phase quick effect, you contribute any number of Fabled monsters you control, and if you do, take control of that many face-up monsters your opponent controls, but negate their effects. If this card is in the graveyard, you can target 1 Fabled monster in your graveyard, return this card to the hand, or to the extra deck, and if you do, add that target to your hand. So realistically, it's a mass change of heart, which is very, very stupid, and being able to recycle stuff from the banishes or the graveyard is pretty good. But realistically, being able to take control of about 5 cards is really stupid on a card of this magnitude. And also, I can definitely think that this new boss monster is relatively really strong overall, but can have issues in the late game or very early game. So finally, let's take a look at the new Fabled continuous spell, Revival of the Fabled Realm. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn, and when this card is activated, you can set 1 Fabled spell or trap card from your deck except Revival of the Fabled Realm. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when you synchro summon a Fabled Synchro monster, and once per turn, you can discard 1 Fabled card, then activate 1 of these effects. Draw 1 or special summon 1 Fabled monster from your graveyard or banishment. So realistically, this can counteract a lot of things like your Bestials, your DD Crows. Also, it stops things from interacting with your Synchro monsters like Veiler, Ash, Imperm. And honestly, it is a really, really strong card because you can set any of the Fabled spell or trap cards from your deck for free. Overall, what do I think about this support wave of Fabled? It is relatively strong for the deck, especially getting a wave back in Blazing Vortex, and realistically, building up onto that is really nice. And honestly, out of all these cards, they are all great for the theme. They all function well with the deck, and I'm happy that none of them support Fiendsmith. So realistically, you could still run Fiendsmith Fabled, but overall, I definitely think that you can run it pure without Fiendsmith if you really need to. But anyways, I want to know what you guys think about the new Fabled cards. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye.